Welcome. If you did not get the $1,200 stimulus check, or you may not get the $600 stimulus check, this is the video to watch. Now, this is geared towards the people that were in child support where the $1,200 check was either garnished or taken from them. But whether you're on child support or not, this is the video to watch of how to recover both checks. So, at the beginning of the year, as the start of this pandemic, Congress passed a new bill called H.R. 748. That is called the CARES Act, the Coronavirus Act, where they distributed $1,200 checks to Americans. Well, Chuck Grassley, the Senator Chuck Grassley, who manages the program, had stated in press conference that the offset of child support would not include it. And that is, as soon as those checks were issued, you'd get a letter similar to one on the screen here that says, we've either taken all or portion of your stimulus check. Then in the second stimulus package that was passed, called the Consolidated Appropriations Act of December 2020, which is $900 million, the organizer for that says, well, this is considered what is called a recovery rebate. Yes, it is a rebate and not income, but it also refers to the first stimulus check as it's also not an income, and therefore you can recover it. Now, this is part of the entire misconception within the child support agency, as is they tell you that 1099 workers are included in child support program, but they are not. Here on the screen is what's called a Lawyers Week in Virginia, where it says that the senators are trying to close that loophole on 1099. Hello, my name is Chris, and in this session, I will give you the tips and the strategies in which to recover both the $1,200 check as well as the $600 stimulus check if you have not received it as well. Let's get started. We have a section called Give Back My Stimulus Check, or Call to Action, where we give you tips, strategies of which to recover both your stimulus checks. And here we're asking for a donation for our channel. We enjoy your support, and we're asking for your continuing support, but also we ask for a small donation because we're bringing you information that you could use not just for the stimulus check, but for any of the child support program, as well as please subscribe to our channel and hit the like button. So in today's session, we're going to talk about specifically the stimulus check, which is the two methods by which you can recover both payments, the $1,200 payments and the $600 payments. So first is called the Treasury Resolution Program, and that is you file a rebuttal using an administrative process, and then you challenge or question the reason for them for deducting your or taking part of your stimulus check, which is the first stimulus check. Second is what we called the Recovery Rebate Credit, and that is for eligible individuals. They could use the Recovery Rebate Credit on their 2020 tax return. And stick around. This is a very interesting area because if the first step does not work, you can use the second step. So please stay tuned for the rest of this presentation. So let's start off first with the law. It's always best to start where all this problem begins. The offset of this tax refund payments for past due child support is 31 CFR 285.3. In the first bullet, it says here that the debt in this section is synonymous with the term past due support. Now, this is important. What they're doing here is they're redefining what is called a debt, the traditional definition of a debt, but here they're saying it only refers to owing of a debt. Second, that this is an administrative process, or it could be a court process. So sometimes you'll say, well, the offset of the tax return is not a court order. But in this statute, it says it could be either or both. And then finally, it says you need to be notified. A written notification need to be sent to you saying that there's an offset or there is a reduction in your stimulus check. And again, this is an administrative function. But what's clear about this, that this is an agreement between the state and the tax offset program. So further in the same act, 31 CFR 285.3, It says here further that it is a delinquent debt owed to the state. As well as in paragraph 2, it says the states may participate in an administrative offset program as long as they meet certain requirements and they enter into a reciprocal agreement, and that it may contain any requirements such that the Secretary of State will facilitate the offset. So, what does that mean? This agreement or contract is between the government, right, as well as to the state. Here's a question. I thought child support had to do with the mother and the child. Well, it does not. On this channel, we've said over and over again, all these agreements are between the federal government and the state government. And on this statute, what it says is anything can contain the requirement, meaning they can make it up as they go along. By the way, the Physical Services Agency that is in the contract with the state is a division of the Department of Treasury. So even then, it's a private municipality. Again, private contract. We worked on a video called It's a Corporation and Not Government. Please feel free to review that video after this. It goes into the contracts between the state and the federal government and also prove that there is no agreement between mom or the child. So let's get back to the Fiscal Services Resolution Program. This is where it's called the offset, which is the step 1. Here, you have to file what is called a rebuttal. What is a rebuttal? You demonstrate to the agency, to the Fiscal Services Agency, which is the private agency for the Department of Treasury, that your stimulus check should not have been garnished for any reason. This is the first procedure. So let's look at it more closely. It says the Treasury Resolution Program, why it was a problem is that they did not separate child support from that. So it resulted in an error. Here's the error. And as on the screen, it says the CARES Act relief payment of the offset, half of it was returned back to the federal government. The other half was retained by the state instead of being distributed to the families or paid directly to parents who owe child support orders. Let's look at that again. Because of the provision, what it says was when the money was issued, it actually came back because of the garnishment under the program where neither family got the stimulus. So they promised in the next relief package, they said here that they would ask Congress to exclude the garnishment. So here's the letter, it's called the first stimulus check, which is called the intercept letter which you receive. So if you need help with that, please feel free to reach out to us. We help you and guide you with, the rebuttal letter and so forth. So this is for the first process of getting back your stimulus check, the $1,200. So let's look at the second part, which is the Treasury. So the Treasury and the IRS begin delivering what is called the second round of the economic impact payment to millions. And it was done in December 2020. Now, as they put here, it says it was delivered knowing that it's what? It's not income. It's called a recovery rebate. Again, both the first stimulus and the second stimulus were recovery rebate. So that is now good news. Why? Because you can recover both payments on your 2020 tax return. So let's look into it much closer. So the second piece of this is if you did not receive the $1,200 check, nor did you did not receive the $600 check, well, all is not lost. You can recover both payments on your 2020 tax return. Now here on the screen, I have a 1040 form. Again, just to be compliant with this platform, please consult your tax professional or your CPA or accountant for the details on this. I'm just here showing you what's written in the law that you could follow. So in your 2010 tax return, you can recover both the $1,200 and the $600 check. But here's the best part. If you had someone who passed away as a result of COVID environment, you can still claim their stimulus check. Likewise, if you had a new addition to your family, whether it's a birth or whether it's a relative that you can name as a dependent, you can also recover their stimulus package. So, in essence, not only can you get the $1,200 and a $600 rebate, you can get even more if there are changes to your household. That is the recovery aspect of the stimulus check. So, again, check with your tax professional, or if you'd like to have further discussion with us, we'd be happy to discuss this part of it with you. So, that is the recovery aspect. So, in essence, you can recover all of your stimulus check. So here we are at a section called call to action, right? So we said is give back your stimulus check. So we have two methods in which for you to get your stimulus check back. One is called the intercept letter, which is you write a rebuttal to get back your check and you put an argument together. If that fails, you have a second opportunity to get back your check, which is called the recovery aspect of it. And here it says here the IRS emphasizes that there's no action required for the individual. All you have to do is file it on your tax return for 2020, and there it is. So this is the solution. If you have any questions on this, please feel free to contact us. As always, if you disagree with any of our opinions on our channel, please send us an email. We'll be happy, or add a comment to our channel. We ask you to please like and subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell. And also, we're asking for a small donation. We ask for 25 gift, but we'll take anything amount. That is to help us continue to bring you more information, such as getting back your stimulus check. This is the end of our presentation, and please feel free to watch the videos on the screen. Thanks. Bye.